I'm going to soapbox a little bit. I prepared kind of a statement because I want everybody here to understand my perspective.
Absolutely.
But it will end in some specific questions.
That's perfect.
So
Happy to address
me.
them.
So a recent citizen survey revealed that traffic congestion is definitely a primary concern for the city. We all know it can be a challenge to drive on Government Way at times. And in seeking a solution, the council is compelled to look to HURA for financial assistance in order to become shovel-ready. Having made those observations, I'm concerned about the tone and the verbiage in this report. I will explain why. And I want to posit some observations from my colleagues up here on the dais to consider, which I hope will be the seed for some debate and deliberations. I want to start out by declaring that my personal most fundamental desire is to recognize and respect the private property rights and personal agency of the Hayden citizens, which includes the businesses that operate within the city limits. Whether they have too many weeds on their property or a parcel they own is quote unquote underutilized, it's not really our purview to pass judgment on that kind of a stewardship. So digging into this report, I want to highlight some of its shortcomings as I see them. I'm going to use Node B as an illustration. And let my example generally apply to the entire report. The report says the southernmost parcel in Node 1B is underutilized, with the land value exceeding the improvement value and indicating that the site is deteriorated. Now, I appreciate that you made that comment about the verbiage deteriorated, and I wrote this before you did that, so allow me to continue. I observed that this particular business, which is, I think it's Mutual Materials, and the nature of their operation would erroneously qualify as underutilized because most of their lot is filled with the materials that they sell for commercial and private construction. I noted in the report a picture that I found misleading regarding that node because it showed a picture for Mutual Materials of a fence with, and I could see Campfield Butte in the background, as if the person who took that picture was completely ignoring that right behind them would have been rows and rows and rows of material that that company sells. So I thought that was misleading personally.
Yeah.
An added example is the parcel to the west, which is Haas Manufacturing. I looked on Google Maps and they appear to have plenty of setback from Orchard and they appear to be a healthy business. Mm-hmm. But the eligibility report gives them all sorts of failing grades, and I'm just wondering if that's legitimate. I agree that doing everything we can to relieve current and future congestion on Government Way is important. It will also go a long way towards encouraging growth in Hayden's commercial district. We need traffic circles, we need turn lanes, we even need road widening where appropriate. And this will certainly require the city purchasing right away from private property owners. My question and challenge to the council is, are we comfortable with the language of this report, which erroneously portrays the physical and economic condition of the real estate which HURA will absorb into its district? I posit the question, what if the tax increment doesn't live up to expectations? Who, either on the HURA board or here in council, will want to exercise some kind of authority if that property conflicts with the current owners? How much power and authority do these entities, HURA and the council, have over these issues? And, you know, will this possibly lead to the unwelcome specter of eminent domain? So I throw out some kind of heated topics for discussion, and
I think those are very fair. No, I appreciate your comments. And we want to address all concerns because that's really important to have that open dialogue, because we're not here to just shove something down your throat. We want you to approve it because you want to. So I agree, the word of deteriorating, it's horrible. It's a horrible word that I feel like legislation should really change. Orchard was really because of the lack of sidewalks. and that was the main concern over there. As far as eminent domain, Megan, am I wrong in thinking that urban renewal they no longer have that eminent domain?
At least if this expansion is allowed, then the new state statutes apply on that kind of stuff, because I remember in an old document I read, well, I think it was like the charter document for the Hayden Urban Renewal Agency, the words eminent domain do exist in that document.
Oh, so you're saying because it's of,
And the city has already demonstrated,
Just be careful that we're not intertwining the two. The city and
Got it.
HURA are
And
two different agencies.
and I understand, and I acknowledge that, and I've been corrected on that, but, you know, I just want to get all this out for
Sure.
discussion.